Hello, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Rachel Covington Banks. I'm going to be reading for you today, a story from the Bible. It's called David and the Very Big Giant. It's written by Tim Thornborough, illustrated by Jennifer Davison. It's very picturesque. You're going to enjoy these pictures. How small are you? Are you smaller than a tree? Are you smallest in your family? This is a true story from the Bible about someone very small who fought a very big giant because he knew that God is the greatest. I hope that reading this book will help you know that God is great, greater than any scary giant. In fact, the greatest in the whole wide world. Goliath, as you can see, was tall. He was taller than all of the other Philistines. He was the tallest soldier in their army. Goliath stood and roared at God's people, "Pick someone to come and fight me." God's people were scared. They were scareder of Goliath than anyone else. They were the scaredest they had ever seen. And as I turn the page, David was small. He was smaller than his brothers. He was the smallest in the family. But David knew that God was great. God was greater than Goliath. God was the greatest in the whole wide world. David said to the king, "I will fight Goliath." The king said, "But you're young, younger than anyone else, the youngest person here. How can you fight Goliath?" But David said, "I might be littlest, but I know that God is big, bigger, great, biggest." So the king said, "Go, and may the Lord be with you." As I turn the page, David had no armor. David carried no sword. Instead, he took 5 smooth pebbles from a stream to pick in his shepherd's sling. When he could throw a stone faster than the wind. When the very big giant saw little David, he laughed. David said, "You come to me with a spear and a sword. I come to you in the name of the Lord." Ha, ha, ha. And when the fight is over, everyone will know that God is great. God is greater than anyone else. God is the greatest in the whole wide world, because you will be dead. The giant snarled and charged. He trusted his armor, his spear, and his sword. David moved forward. He trusted the Lord. Look at this big giant. David took one of the 5 stones, put it in his sling. He whirled it around the head, fast, fast, faster than the wind, the fastest he could whirl it. As I turn the page, smack! Look at where it's going, right in the middle of his head. The giant fell to the ground. He was dead. Deader than a dinosaur, the deadest anyone could be. When the Philistines saw that Goliath was dead, they fled, and everyone knew, and I mean everyone knew, God is great. God is greater than anyone else. God is the greatest in the whole wide world. Wasn't this great? I enjoyed reading it. I hope you enjoyed listening. Bye-bye.